I'm sure you've done this. It's late at night. Everyone else is asleep, but you're still staring at a screen. You're searching, scrolling through feeds, watching self-proclaimed gurus hold forth, trying to piece together clues about the future from their fragments of speech. What are you looking for? A signal, a secret, a map to a hidden treasure. Don't deny it. Deep down, you believe that if you could just know what's going to happen next, even just a day, an hour in advance, everything would change. You could finally get one step ahead. You could make that one trade that turns your whole life around. And the world is more than happy to sell you this illusion. They sell it to you through analysts in sharp suits with confident voices. They sell you the belief that the future is a puzzle that can be solved, if only you're smart enough or have the right tools. This is the oldest and most profitable lie in the entire industry. But you've tried it, haven't you? And what happened? You followed that hot tip, only for it to go cold the moment you bought in. You saw that can't-miss chart pattern, only for the market to move in the exact opposite direction. The one day you felt like a genius, the next, a complete and utter fool. And why? Because you were asking the wrong question from the very beginning. The truth is, the biggest risk is never in the market's next move. It's in your time's next move. The key to success or failure isn't how well you understand the economy, but how well you understand yourself. So, what I'm telling you today is to take that imaginary crystal ball in your head and smash it to pieces. It's worthless. What you need is a mirror. This is the heart of it all. Asterisk, asterisk. Instead of a mythical crystal ball to see the future, you need a mirror that clearly reflects yourself. Asterisk, asterisk. Because in the long, difficult practice of investing, your greatest enemy is never the market, the economy, or those financial statements you can't understand. Your greatest enemy is hiding right there in that mirror. You have to look at it every single day and ask the person staring back at you, who are you? Are you greedy? I've seen too many people make a little money when the market is euphoric and start to think they're the chosen ones. They mistake luck for skill. They magnify their courage into leverage, and they throw caution to the wind. Greed is poison coated in sugar. It whispers in your ear, telling you this time is different, telling you fortune favors the bold. It makes you forget about risk and see only reward. It feels like driving a car with no brakes down a mountainside. The view is beautiful, but there's a cliff right ahead. So, you have to look in the mirror and see the fire of greed flickering in your own eyes. When everyone around you, from your barber to your taxi driver, is telling you which stock is about to pop, that mirror will tell you it's time to put that fire out. Don't go where the crowds are. You'll usually only find noise and disaster there. Gold is always found shining quietly in the forgotten corners. Are you fearful? Fear is greed's twin brother. One pushes you off the peak, and the other stomps on you in the valley. The market plunges. Fear hijacks your brain. You watch your life savings shrink. You hear the news filled with apocalyptic predictions. In that moment, fear, like a demon, will grab your hand and force you to sell your valuable assets for a pitiful scrap of security. I've lived through more crashes than I can count. Every time, the scene is pretty much the same. People scatter like frightened sheep, trampling one another, selling at any price. And yet, looking back a few years later, those moments were almost always the best times to be planting seeds. The fear blinds you to opportunity. It only lets you see the loss. So, you must pick up your mirror and look directly at the part of you that is trembling with fear. And tell him, I know you're scared, but this will pass. A good company doesn't lose its value just because people are panicking. Are you impatient? The greatest sickness of our time is impatience. Everyone wants instant results. Overnight riches. They buy something and expect it to double by tomorrow. They plant a seed and expect to harvest the forest next week. This is impossible. The accumulation of wealth is more like growing a tree or aging wine. It requires time. It requires patient waiting. The compound interest, that so-called eighth wonder of the world, derives its magic from that single ingredient, time. For the first few years, you won't see much happen. You might even get bored. But if you stick with it for 10, 20, 30 years, it will deliver a return that will leave you speechless. It's like pushing a small snowball from the top of a hill. It's hard work at first, but once it starts rolling, it gathers mass and momentum until it becomes an unstoppable force. Most people give up when the snowball has just started to roll. They think it's too slow. They run off to chase things that look faster, and they end up just running back and forth between different hilltops, pushing countless little snowballs, none of which ever makes it down the mountain. So, look in the mirror and ask yourself, have you given time a little time? Investing should be so boring it puts you to sleep. If it feels exciting and thrilling, you're probably not investing. You're gambling. Are you easily influenced by others? We are social animals, hardwired to seek approval and fear isolation. In investing, this instinct is fatal. You see your friends making money on some hot new thing, you feel anxious. You feel the fear of missing out, FOMO, and so you dive in, often without the slightest idea of what you're even buying. When people who don't even know what a company does start piling in out of greed, the party is about to end. The mirror will tell you that independent thought is more important than the advice of 100 experts. It's your money, and you have to take full responsibility for it. Never surrender your decision-making to the roar of the crowd. Do you have an overinflated ego? Admitting you're wrong is one of the hardest things in the world, especially for people who think they're smart. When you buy something and it keeps going down, your ego jumps in to stop you from admitting the mistake. It tells you, just wait, it'll come back. My judgment can't be wrong. So you keep averaging down until a small mistake becomes an irreversible disaster. The market is exceptionally good at one thing, slapping your intelligence right across the face. It doesn't care about your PhD. In front of the market, we must all be humble. The mirror is there to shatter your ego. That shows you that making mistakes is normal. It's part of the process. The key isn't to not times make mistakes, but to cut your losses quickly when you do, and to learn from them instead of stubbornly sticking to a decision that has already been proven wrong. Knowing how to admit defeat is a higher form of wisdom. You see, greed, fear, impatience, herd mentality, arrogance. These human weaknesses are the real stumbling blocks on your path. They are the demons within you that emerge at your most vulnerable moments and make you do all sorts of stupid things. The market itself is neutral. It's just a giant mirror reflecting the collective emotions of all of us who participate in it. The only thing you can ever truly control is not the market's direction, but your reaction to it. So, stop wasting your time trying to guess if it will rain or shine tomorrow. You can't. What you should be doing is preparing an umbrella. That umbrella is the asterisk, self-awareness, and the asterisk, investing principles, you build by looking in the mirror. What are these principles? They are almost laughably simple. First, only touch what you completely understand. If you don't get it, stay away. There are thousands of opportunities in this world. You don't need to catch everyone. Catching the few that are within your circle of competence is more than enough. Second, protect yourself with a margin of safety. This is an ironclad rule for a lifetime. What is a margin of safety? It's buying a $1 asset for 50 cents. When you buy cheap enough, you give yourself room for error. Even if the asset later turns out to be worth only 80 cents, you still made money. The point isn't to make more. It's ensure you don't lose. The secret to success was never about doing a few spectacular things, about avoiding a few fatally stupid ones. The third, make time your best friend. Don't trade frequently. That only makes your broker rich. Find good assets, and then just sit there. Be patient. Like a farmer who plants his seeds in the spring, goes about his business, and reaps the harvest in the fall. He doesn't dig up the seed every day to see if it's grown. Doing that would only kill it. This mirror of yours, you need to wipe it clean and look into it every single day. This is a lifelong practice. You might conquer greed today, only to have fear knock on your door tomorrow. You might overcome impatience today, only to be tempted by someone else's success the day after. That's normal. The practice doesn't mean you'll one day become a saint, immune to everything. You get to know the guy in the mirror better and better. You know his weaknesses. You know what situations make him lose control. And so you learn to set up rules and disciplines in advance to keep him in line. For example, write down your reasons for an investment. When you feel the urge to sell, go back and read them. Are they still valid? If they are, and it's just the market panicking, then you shouldn't sell. Or you can establish an asset allocation plan, setting fixed percentages for different asset classes. The market soars and one asset becomes overweight. You mechanically sell a little to rebalance, and vice versa. This is like installing an autopilot system in that car with no brakes. It helps you stay on the right road even when your emotions are running wild. After all this, you'll notice I've said almost nothing about predicting, because it's not important. What's important is reacting. Asterisk, asterisk, the market is like the weather. You can't predict it, but you can react to it. When it's cold, you put on a coat. When it's hot, you stay in the shade. You don't need to be a meteorologist. You just need common sense. Investing is the same. You don't need to be an economist. You just need common sense and a clear understanding of yourself. Forget the crystal balls. They only make you look toward a vague and distant future, while ignoring the solid ground right beneath your feet. Bring your focus back. Look inward. Pick up your own mirror and study the person in it carefully. Look at his eyes. Are they filled with greed or with fear? Look at the corners of his mouth. Are they tense with impatience or relaxed with inner calm? The better you know him, the steadier you can hold the tiller of your own ship in the stormiest of seas. The market is the world's best teacher and its most brutal testing ground. The most direct way possible, it rewards those with self-awareness and punishes those who deceive themselves. On this long journey, self-knowledge will always be your sharpest weapon and your strongest shield. Stop asking what the future will hold. That's a question for the gods, not for men. Ask yourself, who are you? The answer to that question determines everything.